Hey everybody, you are tuned in to Hanging with Here to Zen, the show that is a place for people who love all kinds of music. We really hope you enjoy your time with us today. Make sure you hit subscribe if you already haven't, and hit that notification bell to be kept up to date. We would love to hear from you over on our social media platforms, so just search Here to Zen and you'll find us. Lastly, could you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify or Google Podcasts, or wherever you're going to be tuning in from? Those reviews help other people to find us, so we appreciate the reviews and the support. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey man, how you going?
Hey, not bad, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's life as a new parent, so to speak?
Uh, so far so good. This is actually this is my second son. Yeah, so uh it's been interesting having a toddler and a brand new baby around, but but it's been good, yeah.
Awesome. So you're going to be with us very, very soon. How's it feel
Yeah.
to be hitting the other side of the world for the first time in a while?
Feels great. I've been looking forward to for an excuse to come back to Australia. It really enjoyed it the first time around. So, it's been a few years of like trying to find you know, the right way to make it work, and I'm glad we were able to do so, and with such a cool lineup and everything.
Sure, and it's going to be your first time down here with your new lineup per se. Um,
Yeah.
how have things been gelling as you progress as a four piece?
It's been really great. I think everybody that we have in the band now, like we all get along great, and we work really well doing what it is each person in the band, does, and we have a lot of respect for each other as musicians, and as people. We've known each other for a long time now. Like we've, if we haven't, been working with each other, we've at least known each other forever, and it feels really good. It feels like there's not a lot we can't do as this incarnation of the band.
Sure. Now, with you being the primary lyricist of the band, I need to ask, are you the kind of lyricist that keeps like a log of like a book full of lyrics that you just jot down as you go, or do you write for the song on the spot?
Um, it's kind of a mix of both, but I have a book. It's all here.
Yep.
I very rarely write anything down ahead of time, because usually what if I do that, um, that idea kind of dies right then and there. Like a lot of times, like if I come up with a lyric or a phrase or like an idea of um, something I want to put into words into a song before there's a song to put it to, I'll like I'll try and remember it. And if I can't remember it, it's probably not
Yep.
worth writing into song. Uh, that's the way I see it anyway. And because I used to write a lot of stuff down, like I would keep a extensive notes list in my phone of different lyrical ideas. And then when it was time to actually put pen to paper and write them into a song, those ideas would very rarely make the cut without a lot of bending and shaping. So normally, yeah, it's lately especially, um, I've been very on the spot. Like I'll you know have basically nothing written down until I get into the studio to record vocals, or yeah, it was even that way for well, it was kind of that way for Where Owls Know My Name. I had some stuff written ahead of time, but not a lot. And then for the work, almost the entire album came together lyrically, as we were in the studio. And for this new stuff that we're putting together, it's all been, day before I know we're gonna record this song, so I put it on paper right then. Because yeah, like I said, anything before then, I feel that the idea starts to die. It's always better to like have it, the more organic and in the moment it is, I think the better it turns out. But I think you're kind of trained to not do things that way in school when you're a kid. Like, yeah, to like have you have a first draft and you revise and you sharpen and things, and it's like that's all well and good, but that's just not how I like to do it.
Yeah, sure. When they come to you though, like when it's in your mind and you're getting ready, a lot of people hear the harmony at the same time. Are you like that? Do you hear that harmony and melody and as the words hit your brain?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. Yeah, it's usually like because what we do is we'll work on an instrumental version of a song
Yep.
first, and like usually for a very long time, and it's usually like the process that goes between Brody and myself for the most part of like really getting a song's arrangement down. Because he's the guy with the computer and like the dog can record everything and put it together. I'm not so good with all that. I just kind of like bark orders and be like, no, move that here and like let's do this thing that way. But yeah, usually it gets to it. So when the demo gets to a point where I'm like, okay, this thing, it's almost like I hear it. Like I
Yep.
hear vocally what's supposed to happen. Like this, when the song starts to sing to me is when I'm like, okay, we're getting close to what this should be.
Yep.
So yeah, the work is done. I want to say like 80% for me, and then the rest of it is, like in the ether of creation or whatever, it's done there, and then the rest of it is me committing to like putting that word, the line down, like the words down on
Yep.
paper, and being like, this is it.
Sure. Now, Sub-Orbital Blues, it's fucking killer, dude. Like the
Thank
vocal
you.
harmonies and the trade-offs are just nuts. And you've got the
Thanks.
super aggressive part, but yet it's catchy, which in metal music, I think a lot of bands can't do it right. It's either aggressive or it's either catchy. They can't sort of mix the two together. Does that just come naturally for you guys at this point in your career? Or is it something that you still really work on as a band?
I think it's always, um, yeah, I mean, it's always something you work on. Like I know that because I'm a pretty like I'm very picky about metal music the older I get. Like it's, because I've been listening to this stuff. I'm 35 now. I've been listening to this stuff since I was 12 years old, in some form or another. So, and like different in different parts of my life, very extremely heavily. Um, so, I get to the point where it's just like if I listen to a song and it doesn't have something that makes me want to listen to it again, it's gone. It's gone
Yeah.
forever. Like, yeah, and there's a lot of like components of metal music that like I think are exciting to a lot of people that just aren't for me. Like a lot of people I think can listen to like a song, a metal song and be like, listen, oh, hear that really technical riff or like a really sick guitar solo or something, and like it just like makes the song for them. But that's not what it does for me. Like that's not what does it for me. Like I need that replay value thing to
Yeah.
happen. Like I need a strong hook or something exciting on a visceral level to draw me back. So naturally, when we're making music, like I want that element present in what we do. It's always it depends because sometimes we write a song that's like it is just more like brutal and like so it's just like okay I can like let's make the best like brutal song that we
Yep.
can and like I'll try to do things within that context that feel like the most exciting version of that to me. But yeah, and suborbital, yeah, like that had that just from an instrumental standpoint I was listening to it and it like I had that like I had both I had like almost two options in my head while we were writing it. Like, you know, I was like, this could either be really melodic and catchy or really brutal. And then I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens if we do both at the same time. And it kind of really, it really just worked.
Yeah. So where are you guys at with more new music? Have you got like a timeline in place for future singles or an album?
Yeah, you'll be hearing some new music, you know, and some more singles soon. Another single fairly soon. Um, but as far as the new record goes, I think we're still a little off from that. I'm hoping that we can pull that together for everybody sooner rather than later. I'm always the one who's barking like, let's go, more, 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 you know. But schedules are busy, and you know, like it's a lot of touring and it's stuff to do. Like it's, you know, Brody needs a a lot of people time at home to get writing going for him. That so when there's not a lot of that for us, it kind of sits down a little bit, but we are working on it slowly but surely. And if you know, if I have my way, we'll have a new record out next year.
Great. So you're down here with Neo again, and you've toured with them in 2019. So obviously you have a relationship with the band. What's it going to be like to tour with old mates again, for whatever better word?
It's yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, those guys are awesome. They, you know, last time we were down there with them, they treated us super well, and we had a great time with all those guys. And the shows were amazing. So we figure why not do it again? It's a shame it's just four shows, but you know, we're gonna hit. You know, we're gonna take what we can get in that regard.
Yeah, I look, it's a long journey for four shows, but I know the fans down here are super appreciative. Um, what else is on for you guys for the rest of the year and into 24?
Well, at the end of the year, we'll be in Europe with Lorna Shore and Distant and Ingested for a big, you know, big heavy tour over there. Lots of shows selling out and venues being upgraded and all of that jazz. Uh, so that should be really cool. And hopefully, you know, other than that, it'll just be a lot of writing new music and making sure you have new stuff for you guys to listen to out there.
Awesome, man. As I let you go, any final words for your buddies and friends in Australia?
Uh, we're just excited to see all of you, and yeah, it's gonna be an awesome time. Uh, come on down.
Awesome,
We'll see
Adam.
you there.
Thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Oh, of course, man. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.